Alright, what's happening everybody? Today we're going to be talking about how you can succeed with a low+Tech+planted tank, and in my opinion the four main criteria that you'll need to look at and consider, and of course utilize and implement in order to be successful with a low+Tech+planted aquarium. These are in no particular order. So let's start with number one. Number one is substrate. I'm going to keep it really simple. Just use Aquasoil. Don't get sand. I know sometimes money can be tight. If you have to use sand, get root tabs. But I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. If you want the most success you've ever had, if you want to just have a super easy tank with amazing results, just do this method. Use Aquasoil. I recommend Tropica Aquasoil or ADU+ Amazonia Aquasoil. You don't have to dose. In this tank I'm not dosing at all. It's been set up for 4 months. You don't have to dose depending of course on plant type and lighting selection, which are the next 2 and 3 criteria. So number 2 is plants. Of course you want to choose plants that are hardy, that are low light, low tech plants. I have a bunch of crypts. I have 5 different crypts. I have monte+Carlo, I have dwarf+hairgrass, I have some mini christmas+moss in there, and then I actually have a Urio Vietnam and a Homolomena red. So those 2 can be grown in low tech as well. And more than likely because obviously they're in good substrate. You can also get purling in low tech tanks. As you can see here, my tank is purling quite nicely, so it is achievable in a low tech tank. Number 3 of course is light. You want to have a fixture that's good for growing plants, but you don't want to have over the top lighting. Examples are the Finnex Planet Plus, the Fluval 3.0, the current Satellite Pro, and then the Twinstar is a pretty highlight tank, but high output light, but I have a dimmer on the light. As well, back to the plants, you want to have plant type, plant selection, low tech, hardy plants. Of course you want to plant heavy, and you want to prep the plants by getting all the pests and the algae off them, or if you're using tissue culture, even better. So Aquasoil, tissue culture makes it super easy. Any of those lights that I recommended make it super easy. Number 4 is consistent husbandry. And what does this entail? Well, primarily I'm talking about trimming and pruning of plant leaves that are old, decaying, or have algae on them, as well as water changes. So primarily those 2 criteria within the consistent husbandry. So trimming and pruning of plants and water changes. I do small and large water changes, just depending on the need, the time restraints, and just my want and my mood, more or less. So sometimes I'll do big water changes every other week or even once a week. Sometimes lately I've just been doing small 5% water changes every few days. As you can see in this tank, I have a pretty deep substrate. The substrates do tend to compact and settle over time, so it is a good idea to sometimes do a substrate deeper than you think you need. I've only trimmed the foreground 1 time since the tank has been set up. This isn't to prove any point or anything, it's just out of sheer laziness, and I see that the plants are doing well, so I say okay, they don't need to be trimmed. Sometimes if you over trim or overwork a low tech tank, it can actually set you back, only because the growth is a little bit slower. So you can trim it more often depending on your needs. The cockatoos are both going in and out of the cave, so I'm hoping we're going to get some sort of spawning going on or something happening. So they're both wearing their mating dress and they have really nice colors on. So that's basically it. That's how to succeed with a low-tech aquarium and achieve amazing results. Until next time, keep your sleeves wet. Peace out.